Call this special meeting of the Coralville City Council to order, December 18th, 2018. Roll call.
Councilmember Foster.
Present.
Gross. Gill. Present. Dodds.
Present.
Goodrich.
Here.
All council members except Gross are present, and he will be arriving a little bit late this evening. The city clerk, the mayor, city manager, city attorney, and several staff members are in the audience as well. I'd entertain a motion to approve the agenda.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Gill, seconded by Goodrich. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Item 4 is citizen comments. Are there any invisible people out there? Seeing none, we will move on to item 5. And this is 605, 705, and 705 and a half 2nd Street and 306 6th Avenue, which is the Capari Plaza, public hearing. Is someone going to do a building report on this? Item A is building report, and item B is P&Z report.
I didn't. Well, first of all, well, part of it's the one we're not doing.
It's all ready to,
For the other one?
yeah, it's ready though.
You want to table this? or-
Yeah. Just a sec. I'll go get the. Okay. I apologize. I didn't.
Did Jim forget we had a meeting
No,
tonight?
I think I'm the one who forgot because I thought I was doing the one after the meeting. So it's not Jim's fault. It's my fault. So.
Now there goes Christmas.
Yeah, I know.
Well, we'll hear more, but this is a project that will rezone the commercial lots on the northwest corner of 2nd Street and 6th Avenue for a multi-tenant commercial building and future restaurant.
Yeah, so this is, if everybody remembers, this is the old Sinclair lot, which Randy's Carpets has his parking on right now across from his, and the old Capri Hotel, which is tried to burn down but didn't
Tried to burn down.
make it. So what's happening here is there's going to be a multi-tenant building that is going to be on the corner of 6th Avenue and 2nd Street there. And then there was proposed to be a restaurant on the Capri Plaza portion of that. But they would the site plan we're working with them on now. For right now, what we're going to do is just rezone this before we get to the site plan approval.
Okay.
So
And tonight's action will be, we'll have a public hearing on rezoning to a CPUD1 and a PUDB site plan. And then after the public hearing, we'll consider the first consideration of the ordinance.
yeah, I think Ellen's faster than I am, or faster than everybody else.
We gotta condense those then too.
Yeah.
Probably not the first one.
No.
Just kidding.
I will add, it also includes the apartment building that used to be behind.
The apartment's back behind.
Yes.
That one
It's
building
just a
there.
small apartment. It's
Small.
not
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
two-story one.
Right.
No, is
Just
it?
the
Yeah,
triangular
just the-
piece on the north side of that.
Yeah, there's an apartment building behind the Sinclair that's going in too.
It's
Or
over
a
time
Cooper,
when you
or
wanted to
a
hurry.
Cooper lot.
Oh, great.
You used to live there? Wow.
Might take several minutes.
I just tried to bring it up, but she has updates. Yeah.
Mitchell, appreciate it.
Yeah, we're just stalling for Mitch. Tom, this never happens at the Johnston council meeting. No.
So, yeah, like I said, I
Almost there.
dropped the ball on this one because
There we go.
Jim was gonna,
That went a lot faster than mine usually does.
so I didn't think I didn't check the agenda. I just thought it was done because of the.
What are we looking for, the
rezoning, but you can show the site plan if we've got that there. Because the hearing's on both.
The combined will have it.
While we're waiting, I'd like to remind everybody the polls are open till 9 o'clock.
So as you can see from the rezoning exhibit, it does take in the Sinclair lot and that apartment complex is behind there, that triangular lot. And then the Capri lot is to the west, and then there's also that apartment complex behind the Capri that all that stuff will be demolished and for this project here. So as you can see here, this is it's split into two lots. Of this lot one is the Sinclair and the old apartment, and lot two is the Capri Plaza. And that's just showing the.
So, and then we vacate the road, right?
Yeah. So when we get a site plan on lot two that we are satisfied with, we will vacate that portion of the old trailer park there.
Yeah.
But that would be, we have to get a site plan that works for the town center district plan. So we've been working with the developer on that. So
And I recall looking through the packet that this was approved unanimously by planning and zoning.
yeah,
Yeah, the recommendation from planning and zoning was to unanimously approve, 4 ayes and 3 absent.
Okay, well, I'm going to open the public hearing on this proposed rezoning. Are there any comments? Any written?
No written.
Okay, I'm going to close the public hearing and consider the first reading of the ordinance.
Ordinance number 2019-1001, an ordinance amending the Coralville zoning ordinance, the same being ordinance number 664, as previously amended, rezoning certain property located within the corporate limits of the city of Coralville, Johnson County, Iowa, and generally known as 605, 705, and 705 and a half 2nd Street, and 306 6th Avenue from C2 Arterial Commercial District to CPUD 1 Commercial Plan Unit Development 1 District, introduced for adoption, first consideration by Councilmember Foster, seconded by.
Second.
Second by Gill. Any discussion? Roll call.
Gill.
Aye.
Dodds.
Aye.
Goodrich.
Aye.
Foster.
Aye.
Ordinance passes its first consideration, all ayes with Gross absent. Item 6 is the Encompass edition, portion of Outlot B, Coral Crossing, 3rd edition. This will be the preliminary plat and the final plat for this proposed hospital complex at the intersection of Jones and Oakdale Boulevards.
Resolution approving the preliminary plat for Encompass Edition, Coralville, Iowa, is introduced for adoption by Councilmember Goodrich, seconded by.
Second.
Second by Dodds. Any discussion? Roll call.
Dodds.
Aye.
Goodrich.
Aye.
Foster.
Aye.
Gill.
Aye.
Resolution passes all ayes with Gross absent. Item B is the same project, except this is the final plat.
Resolution approving the final plat for Encompass Edition, Coralville, Iowa, introduced for adoption by Councilmember Gill, seconded by.
Second.
Seconded by Foster. Discussion? Roll call.
Dodds.
Aye.
Goodrich.
Aye.
Foster.
Aye.
Gill.
Aye.
Resolution also passes all ayes with Gross absent. Item 7 is a financial item, and this is a resolution authorizing an agreement for the establishment of a fiscal management reserve account. Let's have the reading of the resolution, and Kelly can explain a little more what this is.
Resolution authorizing an agreement for the establishment of a fiscal management reserve account, introduced for adoption by Councilmember Dodd, seconded by.
Second.
Seconded by Goodrich. Discussion?
Yes, this is a follow-up to our fiscal policy that you had adopted probably about 2 years ago. And this allocates $1.5 million each year to a separate account. And that can be used either for reserves, payment of existing debt, all based on your own decision and choice. And so it makes that next step to indicate to people that we were serious about the policy that you adopted.
Great. Any questions for Kelly? Roll call.
Foster.
Aye.
Gill.
Aye.
Dodds.
Aye.
Goodrich.
Aye.
Resolution passes all ayes with Gross absent. Item B is a similar resolution. Don?
Resolution amending and replacing Resolution Number 218-257, providing for the sale and issuance of taxable general obligation annual appropriation bonds, Series 2018E, and providing for levies of taxes subject to non-appropriation to pay the same. Introduced for adoption by Councilmember Goodrich, seconded by.
Seconded by
Second.
Gill. Are you coming to discuss this one or the next one?
I have a quick comment on this one.
Okay, Tony Rotland, our finance director.
So the purpose of this is to do two things. One, to put in place amended levies that reflect the final terms of the bond issue. The second purpose is to then lower the first few levies because there was a provision in the financing for what's called capitalized interest. So those levies are not necessary. So it reduces the first couple to zero.
Great. Thank you. Any other questions for Tony or Kelly? Roll call.
Gill.
Aye.
Dodds.
Aye.
Goodrich.
Aye.
Foster.
Aye.
Resolution passes all ayes with Gross absent. Item 8 is the fiscal year 2000 budget amendment. This is setting a public hearing for our next meeting on January 8th to basically do a mid-year true-up of the budget, I would say.
Resolution setting a public hearing for the fiscal year 2019 budget amendment, introduced for adoption by Councilmember Foster, seconded by.
Second.
Seconded by Dodds. Discussion? Roll call.
Dodds.
Aye.
Goodrich.
Aye.
Foster.
Aye.
Gill.
Aye.
Resolution passes all ayes with Gross absent. Item 9 is the Iowa Department of Natural Resources contract. This is a grant agreement for $75,000 in partnership with Iowa City and North Liberty to cover the cost of an area-wide marketing campaign to promote soil and lawn health with the goal of reducing water runoff and improving urban water quality. We will be providing a $1,000 local match for this project.
Resolution approving contract number 19ESDWQBSKONR-003 with the Iowa Department of Natural Resources for raising the urban soil IQ in the lower Iowa River watershed, introduced for adoption by Councilmember Gill, seconded by.
Second.
Seconded by Foster. Discussion? Roll call.
Goodrich.
Aye.
Foster.
Aye.
Gill.
Aye.
Dodds.
Aye.
Resolution passes all ayes with Gross absent. Item 10 is a REAP grant, Resource Enhancement and Protection Grant. It calls for a $125,000 grant from the Iowa DNR to make a land acquisition in the West Land Use Area.
Resolution approving agreement with the Iowa Department of Natural Resources for grant funding to the Resource Enhancement and Protection Program, introduced for adoption by Councilmember Dodds, seconded by.
Second.
Seconded by Goodrich. Discussion? Roll call.
Foster.
Aye.
Gill.
Aye.
Dodds.
Aye.
Goodrich.
Aye.
Resolution passes all ayes with Gross absent. Item 11 is a 1507 Brown Deer Road Storm Sewer Repair project. This is to cancel the contract that we had with the BWC Excavating LC company. They had issues with the first project, so we're going to cancel this contract with them for the second project.
Resolution canceling the contract with BWC Excavation LC for the 1507 Brown Deer Road Storm Sewer Repair, introduced by Councilmember Goodrich, seconded by.
Second.
Seconded by Gill. Discussion? Let the record show Councilmember Gross has arrived. So, just in time for a roll call.
Foster.
Aye.
A vote. Mitch. Gross.
Number 11.
Okay. We'll move on. Gill.
Aye.
Dodds.
Aye.
Goodrich.
Aye.
Resolution passes all ayes with Gross abstaining. Item 12 is the West Ramp LED lighting replacement, and our Parking and Transit Director, Vicki Rohrbach's going to give us a quotation report.
Yeah, we've been experiencing some issues with the fixtures at the West Ramp. They are out of warranty, and unfortunately, the repair, considering labor and everything, almost exceeds replacement. So given the fact that we've had existing problems with these all through the warranty period and now out of the warranty period, we sought out quotes for fixture replacement. We received 3, and they ranged from $79,427.23 to $122,133.14. So we would recommend the low bid of $79,427.23 from Van Meter Electric of Iowa City.
Okay, thank you, Vicki. Consider the resolution, item B.
Resolution accepting quotation and awarding a contract for the west ramp LED lighting replacement fixtures, introduced for adoption by Councilmember Foster, seconded by.
Second.
Seconded by Gross. Discussion? Roll call.
Gross. Aye. Gill.
Aye.
Dodds.
Aye.
Goodrich.
Aye.
Foster.
Aye.
Resolution passes all ayes. Item C is the same project. The first one was for the fixtures, and now this one is for the installation.
Resolution accepting quotation and awarding a contract for the west ramp LED lighting replacement installation, introduced for adoption by Councilmember Gross, seconded by.
Second.
Seconded by Gill. Discussion? Roll call.
Gill.
Aye.
Dodds.
Aye.
Goodrich.
Aye.
Foster.
Aye.
Gross.
Aye.
Resolution passes all ayes. Item 13 has to do with the Broadband Telecommunications Commission. This is a resolution that will basically eliminate or eliminate this commission. The council certainly had discussions about this previously. The entire cable television franchise has changed dramatically since this commission was originally formed, and it's an opportunity to sort of take a fresh look at how we operate on this issue, and also maybe expand to some of the other marketing initiatives of the city, and also welcome a new staff person on board.
Resolution to discontinue the Broadband Telecommunications Commission, introduced for adoption by Councilmember Gill, seconded by.
Second.
Seconded by Dodds. Discussion?
So will we have a different type of advisory group in place of the formal commission?
Yes, we will be working on, and several of the people on the Broadband Communications Commission will continue on in an advisory capacity, and then we'll be looking to add people to the commission as well.
So do we then set like what the parameters of the new commission are, or will the commission do that?
I think we'll ask our new director, Jen Coleman, also that's in charge of that area, for some advice, pass that on to all of you, and then would ask them for direction as well.
Yeah, I think it's important just for the public to know that, yeah, we're eliminating this, but then we're creating a brand new, kind of more of a modern communication.
Well,
Yeah.
the history of this is it
Right.
was set up, we were required to set it up because of the cable. And now there's a lot of other communication venues that we need to
Right.
look at and bring in.
Anything else? Roll call?
Dodds.
Aye.
Goodrich.
Aye.
Foster.
Aye.
Gross.
Aye.
Gill.
Aye.
Resolution passes all ayes. Item 14 is commission appointments. I'd like to put for your approval, the council approval, a motion for the following appointments. To the Arts Commission, reappoint Robert Goodfellow and Susan Jones for terms ending in 2021. For Civil Service, reappoint Eve Casserly for a term that ends in 2022. Parks and Rec Commission, reappoint Alex Taylor for and appoint a new member, Kyle McAlvey, both terms ending in 2021. And finally, Planning and Zoning Commission, reappoint Laura Taylor for a term that ends in 2023. I'd entertain a motion for that.
So moved.
Moved by Gill, seconded by
Second.
Foster. Discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, thank you for your concurrence on that. Item 15 is the Iowa River Landing vacation. Sounds like fun, but I don't think it is. This release covers the corner of the arena building that encroaches into the city's easement.
Resolution vacating a portion of an easement located in Iowa River Landing, Part 9, Coralville, Iowa, introduced for adoption by Councilmember Gross, seconded by.
Second.
Seconded by Goodrich. Discussion?
As you can see by the drawing, it was not a very big encroachment, but it was, yeah, that's just part of the whole
Getting it
financing
right.
thing, so,
Yeah.
yep.
Yeah. Thank you, Kevin. Any other discussion?
Well, just, maybe this is irrelevant, but does it matter if it's our electronic agenda or is this agenda that the numbers are off? This is item 15, but on our thing it says 15 consent calendar.
The
15 was
amended agenda should be that it's number 15.
I probably missed that. My bad.
That was a late, it was a late ad on my part after we
Okay, sorry.
found everybody.
I didn't want Thor to look bad. Oh, sorry, Thor.
Anything else? Roll call?
Goodrich.
Aye.
Foster.
Aye.
Gross. Gill.
Aye.
Dodd.
Aye.
Resolutions approved, all ayes. Now I would entertain a motion to approve the consent calendar as presented or amended.
Move to approve the consent calendar items A through V inclusive.
Second.
Moved by Gill, seconded by Dodds. Discussion? Roll call.
Foster.
Aye.
Gross.
Aye.
Gill.
Aye.
Dodds.
Aye.
Goodrich.
Aye.
Consent calendar is approved, all ayes. Approaching the podium is City Engineer Dan Holderness to give us some good news on the road construction front.
Thank you, Mayor. Yes, I do have good news tonight. As of tomorrow morning, Wednesday morning, by mid-morning, all 4 lanes of the Coral Avenue project from Oakdale to Forever Green will be open for everybody's use. And so that's a long time coming, but it's a good sign. And so we're glad to see that working fully open now. Also, by Friday of this week on First Avenue, the intent is to have all 4 lanes, all 5 lanes actually open on First Avenue through the entire project by Friday. The last holdup for that was the traffic signal system at First Avenue and 6th Street, and those getting the poles for that actually. And so those actually arrived today, and by the end of the evening, they had 3 of the 4 poles up and 1 of the mast arms up. And so the goal is to have those up and wired up and functional by Friday. And so we're thinking very positively now about having all 5 lanes open on First Avenue by Friday. So
Great.
Weather's good.
weather's good. Gotta work while you can. So that's great.
Kelly will put the decorations up.
Yeah. This is a cause for celebration.
Absolutely.
Anything else you want to report on while you're there, Dan?
No, I don't think
that's
nothing additional. Thank you.
Thank you. Any questions for Dan?
Could he leave the "Be Nice" sign up?
You can do that.
No, thanks for all your work. I know it's been frustrating at times. Yep.
Thank you.
City Administrator's report.
Yes, first I'd just like to mention that this afternoon I was able to and happy to participate in Project Holiday, which is a great coordination between the Crisis Center and the Coralville Food Pantry. And they had over 180 families scheduled to come to the Coralville Food Pantry to receive holiday food for a meal. And people were very grateful and very happy to come through, and it was just a great experience. And it's great that those 2 different organizations can work together on that project. And so just thank both of those groups for doing that. I'd just like to thank the city engineering staff for all of their work on these 2 projects, both Coral Ridge and First Avenue. There's been a lot of work, as you all know, a lot of complications, and it's really great to be at this point in time. I'd just also like to thank Kevin Olson, our city attorney, for his work on the Iowa Arena project. As we all know, with the new market tax credits, it's an extremely complicated process, and Kevin's been working on trying to get that all coordinated and work with 12 other attorneys to make sure that everything is done in the right order. And so the goal with that is that by Thursday, all the final documents are signed by all of the different groups. And then on Friday morning, all of the funds would be transferred to the appropriate account. So a lot of work has been done, a little bit more yet to be done, but just appreciate all of the efforts there. So
They're going to be signed on our end.
the next,
Yes, I already sent it. We're not the one holding it up.
our next council meeting will be January 8th, and As part of that, we will be having our first budget hearing, our budget discussion with the management team on the fiscal 20 budget, and just remind people in the public, now is the time. If you have thoughts or ideas, let a council member know, let the mayor know, or let myself know, or Tony or some other staff. But this is the time of year that those big ideas and thoughts that people have need to come forward. So because if they don't get into the budget, then typically it's very difficult at a later date. So just encourage people to think about things that they've had ideas on, and let somebody know. And with that, that's all I have.
Okay, thank you, Kelly. Mayor's report. I think I'll just give a shout out again, although the shows have ended, but I think many of us went this last 2 weeks to the Beauty and the Beast at the Center for the Performing Arts. They had 8 performances. They started with 6 and added 2, and all 8 were totally sold out. And it was a fantastic show. It was just phenomenal, and it was a great production. And just kudos to everyone associated with that production. It really did well. The next City Circle production is coming up in February, and that's the rock opera Tommy. Some of us of my age certainly remember it well. But between now and even this week coming up, there's a lot of still some good holiday programming at the center. So look at the website for that. Only other thing I want to say besides the holiday best wishes, I wanted to talk about garbage, one of my favorite things, and just a reminder that next week, Christmas is Tuesday. City offices generally are all closed on Monday and Tuesday. However, if your garbage collection is on Monday, it will still get picked up on Monday. The solid waste workers will be out collecting on Monday. But for everybody else, starting on Tuesday, there's no collection, and for those on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, there will always be a day late. So just a day late after Christmas, on time on Monday. And essentially the same thing on New Year's week as well. Okay, happy holidays to everyone. It's kind of weird to think this is the last council meeting of the year, but it should be. So best wishes, safe holidays. City Attorney report.
Ask you, John, no kettle contest this year?
I haven't been invited to anything. I was wondering that too. You know anything about it, Kelly?
I don't believe so.
Okay.
So be it. I share your wish for everyone's happy holidays.
Yep.
Kevin?
Same to everybody. That's all I have.
Committee and council members report. Last person here gets to start. Mitch?
Oh, gosh. I don't have a lot. 3 things. They're more congratulatory, but I want to give a shout out because it is the last meeting to Jim Smith and Julia Pokrovic, who went off the library board of trustees. Jim has just absolute decades of experience and has just been a tremendous volunteer for our city and our library. And Julia Pokrovic has been the county representative on our board. So I wish them well and thank them for the service. And last, a little bit of a personal note, but I just want to congratulate Kelly on Mike's graduation. Having a former student, I get tickled every time I see former students graduate from college, and he was one of my favorites. So congratulations to you and Nancy.
Thank you.
That's all we got, Mayor.
Okay, very good. And those 2 library board members and a retiring Parks and Rec Commission member will be recognized at one of the 2 January council meetings.
Okay.
It's still being figured out what date works for them, but they will be recognized.
Well deserved.
Yep. Megan, would you like to go next?
I just wanted to say thank you to everyone who participated in last Friday's community meal at the Coralville Rec Center. Big thank you to all of the volunteers, all of the staff, and everybody that came out and enjoyed the meal. We had beautiful weather, and we served about 300 folks at that community meal. So it's really been neat to see that those meals that are happening at the rec center have really grown a lot over the years. So that was a lot of fun. And I just wanted to say Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to everyone, and I hope everyone has a happy and safe New Year. And that's all I have. Thanks.
Thank you, Megan. Thanks for mentioning the community dinner. Thanks to Trader Joe's for providing the food as well.
Yep.
So, yep. Lori?
I echo those messages that have already been given and congratulate Jill on her cute sweater. Gingerbread sweater, and I'm looking at, she even has gingerbread earrings on, and very festive and holiday. Thanks.
Thank you, Lori. Jill, you have a boo-boo on your finger.
I do. That was puppy induced. I also want to echo what Mitch was talking about. Last night was Parks and Rec Commission, and David Thayer is retiring off of our commission. And I wish I could say right now how many years it has been, but it's been so many that we're going to have to go back in the archives and calculate. So I don't even know how many that is now. So other than that, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Have a safe and fun holidays with your family.
Thank you. Last but certainly not least, Tom.
Well, I echo everything that everybody said about the library, and I'd like to congratulate Kelly and Nancy and Michael for graduating, and congratulate Kelly on he no longer has to purchase all that food for Michael. So, and wish everybody a happy holidays.
Very good. Okay. Mr. Clerk, is there anything you'd like to add? Good for the order? Okay, just don't want to leave you out. I entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Hi.
Okay. We are adjourned.